1849 BC, 2046 AM. Earth passes right through the strewn field of the Sodom Trojan apocalypse group, and extraterrestrial materials from the surface of Nibiru saturate the atmosphere and rain down on the Fertile Crescent. Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities of the plain are totally destroyed in fire from the sky, as the detritus of comets and meteorites with combustible materials fall upon the region around the Salt Sea. The cities had been constructed of the bituminous mortar and bricks, and they burn, killing all the inhabitants. The burning along the ground and the intensity of the extraterrestrial storm fossilized people standing near the Salt Sea. Lot's wife was one of these victims. The enemies of Sodom and Gomorrah met the same fate. Mohenjo-Daro and the other Harappan cities of the Indus Valley were obliterated by storms from the sky. Archaeologists have recently excavated these desolate cities and found skeletons in the streets, unmarked by weapons, some holding children and others holding hands, all laid out as if they watched their destruction coming. Russian scientists found that the radioactivity levels of these skeletons was much higher than it was supposed to be. Thousands of congealed black stones have been found all over Mohenjo-Daro. The King's Highway used by the Elamites to invade Sodom and Gomorrah is mentioned in an ancient tablet text which reads that the cities along the King's Highway were destroyed by a disaster. Roman historian Tacitus relates that at the edge of the Dead Sea were once great cities. Between Sodom and Gomorrah and the Indus Valley ruins was Sumer and Lower Mesopotamia. This disaster did not leave them unscathed. The lamentation texts of Sumer reveal that the ruin of their own cities was connected to the destruction of cities in the west. These texts reveal that the vast urban centres of Ur, Uruk, Nippur, Ediru, among others, were laid waste, lying in heaps, young laying in their mothers' laps, fires ablaze. An evil wind brought the fiery destruction. Though southern Mesopotamia was ravaged by the same destruction as the Indus and Sodom Valley, Babylon was actually empowered again as refugees filtered into their untouched cities. In fact, according to Sitchin, the world-famous Sumerian scholar, Elamites joined the peoples of Babylonia. The story of the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is a major biblical theme. More can be read about it in Anunnaki Homeworld. Abraham was 98 years old. The greatest significance of this story to our times concerns its calendrical parallel with our own last-day civilization. We have seen already that Nibiru is destined to orbit until it nearly collides into Earth in 2046 AD, and the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah was in the year 2046 Annus Mundi. There is deity in the design, we have been warned. 1. Genesis. Jasher. 2. Survivors of Atlantis. 3. Humanity's extraterrestrial origins, citing Sitchin. 4. Tacitus, the histories. 5. When time began, Age of the Ram, Sitchin. 1847 BC, 2048 AM. Abraham is 100 years old when his son Isaac is born to his wife Sarah in her old age in the Philistine city of Gerar. Isaac is the beginning of the fulfillment of the promise God made to Abraham that his seed would fill the earth and bless the nations, made 30 years earlier in 1877 BC, 30 years being 10,800 days. This is the 490th year of the life of Shem, who was still alive, the patriarch of Semitic peoples and ancestor of Abraham. Genesis. 1843 BC, 2052 AM. Abraham is 104 years old, 52 times 2, when the ancient Earth-killer comet group passes back through the inner system after 330 years below the ecliptic.